Scrolling. You don't like that? Yeah, I'm a little better, yeah. I wasn't able to fall asleep, man. I had the chills, felt like shit. I just started feeling better. The chills went away. I think it could have been something I ate, believe it or not. Hey, Ralph. It's supposed to be like 38 today. Hey, Tony. How you doing? Still feel achy, but I do feel better. Yeah, I know it. How'd your day go today? Excuse me. They call it a Mexican steak. That's the last steak I'm ever getting there. That's two crappy steaks in a row, and they're expensive. I'm gonna stick to the shrimp dishes or forget it. You always a late night guy? Don't like that? You stay up late a lot? Oh, you thought it did? Oh, okay. No, it was not. No, it's actually a T-bone. I could have. Yeah, I ate a half a sub. And the only reason I think it could be food poisoning is Daisy got sick too. But I ate the other half yesterday, and it wasn't like it was outside or something. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a late night guy too. It's gonna be 38 here today. Now you're on, aren't you on Central Time? Don't like that? It should be 2 o'clock there, right? Yeah, warm spell. It's only for a day though, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, Robin, how you doing? Yeah, I can't either. It's fun getting on this late, just spur of the moment. I lived downtown Chicago for almost 13 years before I moved up here. When I got there in 98, it was really happening. I mean, just new building. They built a new Barnes and Noble cut right around the corner. Just tourists. I mean, it was a world class city. People come there to vacation. Biggest Borders books, that went out of business. The water tower. And it was still pretty good when I left 10 years ago. But man, I've been keeping up on that place. Crime is just rampant. Oh, thank you, Sistinus. And they're warning people not to go outside. Oh yeah, I know the feeling, Robin. Hey, Train, how you doing? I just tried to talk my wife into selling that damn Florida place. You'd have to be out of your mind to pay that what they're asking for property now. Talking about Florida. Yeah, I don't know any, man. I don't know any bedtime stories. I didn't even listen to them as a kid, to tell you the truth. Ugh. I got to crack the window open because Daisy gets hot so easy. Seriously, no kidding. That's interesting. Oh, less eagles. Yeah, I believe it. You know, I don't drink enough water. I try to drink it. It's still hard. But you know what I found just accidentally? Get a big bottle of that lemon. Of course, you got to like lemons. That concentrated lemon juice comes in a big bottle. And just pour like 2 teaspoons in a glass of water. And it'll make you feel like drinking it way more. Oh, is it moving fast? Yeah, Mississippi River is interesting. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Yeah, I like the Mississippi River. Yeah, I never used to. I just started doing it. Yeah, I quit drinking coffee. All right, Sosinas, thank you. Have a good night. Yep. You know about crime down there? I know. Did you ever go to Tunica when it was happening? Robinsonville? Hey, Lana, how you doing? Oh, do you, Robin? Oh, that's cool. Oh, is it Cheryl? Oh, do you? Yeah, they used to sell lemon Coke. Yeah, I quit coffee about 3 weeks ago. I mean, I didn't want to, but I'm glad that I did. How you feeling, Lana? Yeah, it's cool. Oh, deal. Which one you go to? I was down there in the good old days. 99, 2000, 2001. I just went there last year to check it out. Oh, yeah, I am in a lot. Quite a bit. You're right. Yep. Oh, decaf. Okay. Oh, okay. Hollywood. Yeah, you can go back there behind the. There's a pretty good access to the Mississippi River there. You ever go to that? I think it's Blue and White restaurant down towards Tunica, the town. Have you ever eaten there? Oh, good luck, Lana. Good luck to you. Yeah, go there sometime. Excellent food, Sistinas. Really good. I mean, like the old days, a big variety, reasonable. Blue and White's called. You can look it up and look at the reviews. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Somebody just told me that today. Oh, I know it's a pain in the ass, Lana. Yeah, you're right about that. I found as I get older that when I fill out those papers in a doctor's office, I always forget stuff. And I know why, because I hate doing it so much. I just slop through it and say, oh, you didn't put your date of birth. You didn't put this. You didn't put that. Yeah, you got great barbecue down there, Sistina's. Huge. Beale Street. Oh, cool, A-Train. Oh, good for you. I don't want to be famous, believe me. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I want to be famous for drilling holes in Lake Huron and videotaping underneath it. I don't know why I like doing that so much. Taos is always so different, you know? Uh, yeah, I don't really think so. I mean, it does surprise me how people recognize me places because of the van and Daisy. But all right, you have a good night, Sustainus. Thank you. My good camera quit working today. My one that I can zoom in, my Canon. I looked it up. I just bought that in June because I thought I didn't like the Sony I had, so I bought it and I figured I'll use this for a while. It's okay. It's not as good as 2 models ago, but it looks like the damn thing's covered under warranty, which I couldn't believe. So I'm going to send it in. All this electronic stuff. I do use my equipment almost like it's commercial. I use my cameras every day. Sometimes like if it's snowing or something, I leave it out there. I'm sure that doesn't help it. Now they say it's water resistant, which that should cover. But I'm using them all the time. They're not designed to be used like a commercial piece of equipment. Yeah, honestly, the big following, I think it's just luck, really. I mean, if you call it that, if it wasn't for working girl interviews, you probably wouldn't even be talking to me. Yeah, I know you're getting a lot. Wow, 12 inches. Yeah, it's funny. There's a girl that So Tweedy is her name. She does cruise ship analysis. Takes these cruises and goes through the whole deal. And she told me that one time. She said, you're always talking about not socializing, and you said that you're never lonely. And she said you're never lonely because you can just come on the internet whenever you feel like, and there'll be people willing to talk to you. And I never really thought of it like that. And I thought, well, I guess other people could too if they had a channel. Yeah, it's stuck. I put some of that greaseless lubricant you put on electronics, and it's got like these, you know how this camera stuff is. It's got like 8 screws. So I take out all the screws, and thing still doesn't budge. I don't know what the trick to it is. I know it's like I fixed my washer last year, and you take out all these screws, and then you had to like pop that control panel there. You put the temperature and water level and all that. You had to like pull that forward. So there's some weird trick to it probably. I tried finding it online, but I couldn't. But like I said, it looks like it's going to get covered on warranty. So I'm going to screw those screws back in and mail it to him. Yeah, I don't really see any great talent. I mean, I like doing, I like certain things, and I just get out there. I mean, I did photography professionally for a while. I didn't really like it. I like being on the run, dimly lit alleys, always have cameras, pulling over, taking photos. I don't want to be dicking around. getting the perfect shot and then going home and photoshopping it and stuff. It just wouldn't really interest me. Yeah, I think anybody could do it. Oh, chili and oranges. All right. Yeah, we'll see if it's warranty. It's limited warranty. I was afraid to read that. But anyway, in this electronic stuff, the charges are nuts. Every time I've done that, it's like 20% more and you could have a brand new model. They just rip you off up the yin yang. Honestly, I don't even think they fix anything, to tell you the truth. I think they send you a lot of times, they've punched out, 500,000 of these cameras. They got 100,000 of them left. Why, once your fixed overhead is established, you know, uh, you can just bill somebody like $220 and say, hey, we decided to give you a new camera. You could do it, Cheryl. I bet you could. You should try it. You should too, Robin. Just get some Go video. I tell people, yeah, people ask me for advice. It's like, you're asking the wrong guy. I mean, lucky is different than skillful. I tell them, videotape everything and anything. Good night, Novalee. Have a good day tomorrow. This sounds terrible. I started doing this about 10 years ago. And I know this is going to sound crazy to you because, I get on YouTube and stuff like that and I interview people. But about like 10 years ago, I just started not like, yeah, I did. It killed me. I just started like not feeling like keeping in contact with people. And about 10 years ago, I just quit calling people back, which I was anal about my whole life. And over the years, they call and they leave messages like, what did I do wrong? How come you don't call me back? And I don't even want to talk about it. Honestly, it sounds terrible, but I just hope they go away. And here yesterday and the day before, I got calls from people. One that I just quit calling back about 5 years ago, and another one that I quit calling back 8 years. And they were really nice, and they wanted to call, and they wanted to catch up. And that's exactly what I didn't want to do. And I basically just have like one guy I hang around with, because I have a good time. But I just found that I outgrew most of my old friends. I don't know. I mean, you could say you would probably link it to depression, which is a possibility. I just didn't feel like talking. And now I've got my phone on mute. It doesn't ring or it doesn't buzz. And I don't never call people back. I think I feel that way because I don't want them. They're boring to me. I don't care how their life's going. No, I don't want to like hang around with them and stuff. I don't want to get together. I just don't. Yeah, I think I outgrew. It's probably a poor adjective to use. I can't figure it out. I just got less sociable. There are people like that. Yeah, I would say probably 20% of them. You only heard from them when they needed something. That's true. And even when I was doing PI work, people are weird, If you knew a dentist, would you go up to him and say, hey, would you mind filling these 2 teeth for free? If you were a lawyer, would you mind representing me in court for nothing? They never thought anything of asking for free PI stuff. Like I didn't have enough to do already. Can you find my old girlfriend? You bring up charging them. It's like, charging me? Oh, you know what I mean, Cheryl? Yeah. No, I don't fight it. I go with it. I just go naturally. And I do have a weird quirk where, like, if I get sick or something, that's the first thing. I don't want, like, anybody around me. If I got a terminal disease, there'd be a good chance that I'd just not even tell anybody, and one day you'd figure out I died. I don't, like, want, like, people coming and visit and stuff like that. And I don't get like lonely, thank God. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, Cheryl? They're high. I mean, the YouTube income has been dwindling down big time, but you got to pay regular taxes on it. Oh, do you really, Robin? Yeah, I don't care about family. I got one sister, and I don't talk to her. She's barely alive, and yeah, it just doesn't like interest me. I never been to a class reunion. Yeah, I like acquaintances more than friends. And I like going to a lot of places where nobody's at. That's what I tell people. I like going to summer destinations in the winter. Yeah, her. Yep, McDonald's owner. Yep. I had a buddy of mine's wife run into her at Walmart the other day. They said she barely can walk. I know she's got COPD. And let's put it this way: she owned these McDonald's for almost 40 years before her kid got him kicked out, and they didn't rewrite the 20-year lease. You got all these employees. At one time, she had 6 stores, and it finally got down to 3 really good ones. And when she sold those, no cards, no party, no, hey, when you get a chance, can you stop in and visit us? Actually, they were thinking of banning her from the store here in town because she's just such a bitch to deal with. They didn't ban her, but they told her to quit calling up there and like custom ordering things and being rude to the employees, or they didn't want her on the property anymore. Oh, thank you, Fiji. No, they got kicked out of McDonald's about 6 years ago. Nephew, my nephew was bouncing checks and just tons of money he went through in McDonald's. What these franchises will hang their hat on a lot of time is you damaging the brand. And I didn't realize it, but it's actually illegal to have a paycheck bounce. So once that's in the fine print, McDonald's knew it wasn't my sister. They knew it was my nephew, but she could not say no to this idiot. And now they're all broke. Yeah, I don't think so, Robin. I would run. I tell people all the time if Miss America showed up on my doorstep nude with a 4 pack of Dragon's Milk, I'd lock the door and call the police. Hear Daisy snoring. Oh, do you like that? Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a really nice town, Frankenmuth. I mean, if you guys are ever looking for a good, there's a lady that comes on the chat, and she just came up here and she went to all the places that I upload videos of. I'll tell you a funny thing. What happened is, I go over to that Taos Park, and I knew she was going over there, and she when she got a hold of me, she said, "Hey, look, I am not a stalker. I do not want to meet up." So I thought, oh, this is great, man, perfect. And today she sent me when I went and did some infrared photography. And there's a place where you walk between these old, decrepit, broken down platforms. And I could see right there, it gets kind of weird because of drifting. And I could see 2 big giant holes where somebody thought that snow was safe and they stepped in it. And they were deep. I mean, like 3 feet deep, boot prints. And she texted me today and said, "You're not going to believe what happened to me when I was there." She's into winter survival and all this cold weather stuff. She said, "I was walking over near the platforms and I fell through a big snow." I said, "You're not going to believe it, but I was just there about 45 minutes ago," and I told her where it was at. She said, "Yep, that was me." I mean, what are the chances of seeing that? Yeah. Yeah, that's some real talent doing those ice sculptures for sure. Daisy's a good little companion, I'll tell you that. It's crazy. Yes, I would. I found that getting older, that there are a lot of lonely older women. And they will drive you nuts. I got like 8 of them. You know, I'd do things for, like they get an operation or something, take them down to Cleveland Clinic or U of M, or if they, things like this. And I just kind of cut them off too, to be honest with you. They stop by unannounced, which I think is rude. And there's about 8 of them, and they don't even talk to me anymore. They're pissed off. And they run into my buddy's wife and say, she's the sweetest lady. She lies. They say, do you ever talk to Tom Reed anymore? It's like she lies and says no, because she doesn't want to hurt their feelings that I go over to their house, but I don't call them back. Well, there would have been a time for that. That would have been great, but that's not the real world. Hey, Jabo, it's not the real world. And you've been around this many years. I was pretty savvy. I kept an eye out open. It's the old adage, if it seems too good to be true. I mean, there's a protocol with hooking up with people. And once that's breached, whether it's poor spelling, ignorant comments, being nosy, inappropriate, rude, bad etiquette, terrible table manners, or their life's a disaster. I mean, you spot this and you think to yourself, yeah, I don't think this is for me. And you find a way to just get away from them. That's what like guys think on YouTube. They see these women like want to come have me visit them and stuff. It's like not happening. Yeah, Jackie. I mean, because, I'm really like this. So if you think about it and you believe what I said is true, why would I want to be getting together? They haven't gone down so much. No, my subscribers are exactly what they've been for the last year. They haven't gone down at all. You still out sucking cock for $5 in parking lots, Marilyn? You're the exact same. Always something positive. Still acting 14, Marilyn. Bringing up things that aren't even true. Yeah, well, I feel bad for those kind of people. I didn't see what she said. What did she say, Frederick? At A Train. Yeah, Frederick, I don't think that was a bad comment. I don't think that was a bad comment. She said, a safe house here. Girls come by unannounced because it's the only place they have to stay sometimes. I have been signal for a year for the first time in my life, and it used to help a lot of friends. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, it's nice that they do that, as long as it's not some pervert out there. No, I wasn't talking to her. I was talking to Marilyn. Marilyn X. Scroll up and look at Marilyn X. Delete that one. Yeah, block that one. Yeah, go up and block Marilyn X. She's always bringing shit up like that isn't true. Go block that one. Scroll back, Frederick. Marilyn X, a dipshit with that stupid looking hat on. Yeah, Marilyn X. No, you're a fucking idiot, Marilyn. You know this. First of all, it's not true, and you've always got something stupid and ignorant to say. No, she's a fucking troublemaking idiot. See you later, loser. Yeah, no, she's nothing but trouble. That's not exciting to me. I'm pretty sure that's that fucking Laura that lives in Las Vegas. Big troublemaking loser. Marilyn X is the one. Yeah. Get lost, Marilyn. You're kicked off another channel. Grow up. You're 55 years old, still acting like a troublemaking child. Yep, bye-bye, loser. Yeah, and I would answer that if it was true, but that's just their way of trying to needle you with made-up bullshit. No, it's all she does is troll people. Big, fat, nasty bitch. Just hasn't had... She hates all men. Yeah, that's it. You got it, Jackie. So she'll go around now and try and make up another ID, or she'll go on someplace else where there's a live and start the same juvenile trouble. You're not doing it here, though, Marilyn. You sit your ass in front of that monitor and shut your mouth. You're not commenting about anything. Yeah, I don't think she works. You know, probably gets Social Security disability for being a fucking kook. Good job, Frederick. Good job. Yeah, I know you were referring to. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. Yeah. He got it mixed up, A-Train. Yeah, he got it. He just got him mixed up who I was talking about. I was talking about Marilyn X, not you. Yeah, not these Safeway houses. I hear these. I mean, I'm not saying you're like that, but any of these, there's guys. This Irv, this fucking loser truck driver that the Sharon knows, he's like that too. Any of these guys that I know that I've crossed paths with claim to be a safe harbor, a bunch of fucking scumbags. They're predators. They'll totally take advantage of like a girl with drug addiction. Use her, just get her painted in a corner and not be able to leave. He's one of those kind of guys. Oh, good. Oh, tell her hello from me. Yeah, I mean, I'm suspicious of these guys. These, these guys wanting to do this safe harbor bullshit. I mean, I'm sure, I'm assuming that you're legit, but I'm always very skeptical of them. You know, that's another thing you think about too, and that is that here are a lot of these girls that I run into. I would have guys get a hold of me and want me to tell them where they could run into these girls. And that's true. They are prostitutes, but I'm not telling you how to get there. Yeah, you're right, Cheryl. It wouldn't do any good. Yeah, I just don't believe it. And another thing, too, about that weird life, and that is that, when you're at that level, you're not going to, it's not, no, it's not like you're getting GQ models. A lot of weird shit. They beat them up. They got warrants so they don't call the cops, slap them around, do weird shit. It's like a terrible life. Yeah, bye bye, KK. Say hi to your mom. Tell her I'm sorry I didn't keep up with my custody payments. And I wish I would have had you aborted. World would have been a better place. You're my textbook example of abortion. How much better things would be without you here. So you bye bye. You bye bye, KK. Bye bye. Walkie bye bye, KK. Walkie bye bye. Yeah, believe me, if you do it, if you get a channel, you'll do it. I think you should start one, Cheryl, just to give it a whirl. Give it a try. I'll tell you, there was a guy, I don't know if you remembered Monica when she got hit by a car. And there was some fucker that came on there as an engineer for one of the big car companies. Total fucking scumbag. He's going on there crying and stuff on the news when they were trying to find the killer. That fucker even bought a two-story flat down there where the working girls hung out so they could film this weird porn and shit. And here he is going on there acting choked up that, he lost a good friend of his. Fucking dirtbag. Yeah. And I knew about that way before that happened from the girls. Because you'd see him driving around. All these guys like drive around the block. You can just tell something's up. You don't know whether it's drugs or a John. I said, what's with that fucking guy? And it's like, oh, he has a house over here. He has the girls. Another guy that thinks he's helping. And they're into all this weird porno shit. Yeah, right. That was a couple years ago in May. Mm-hmm. But see, these guys don't know that the women talk to you, and they wouldn't ever guess that you knew that stuff. So for this perverted bozo to go on and cry in front of a news camera with her mother, like they needed to catch this killer. Yeah, he was probably crying because he couldn't make any weird kinky porn with someone that he trapped in a corner. Yeah, whack jobs. Oh, it was? Oh, okay. Yeah, Monica's a sweet girl. I didn't really know her that well. I mean, I don't really know any of these people that well. Frederick, you talked to our girl? I think something might be going on there again. Do it, Cheryl. Just start one, go on there. Yeah, and Howard Stern is serious. He actually is a good interviewer. Yeah, I think he is. What do you mean, Robin? I think it's cool we can get on this late like this and talk. I couldn't have done that at 11 o'clock, man. I felt like shit big time. Chills, upset stomach. You're a smart Jew. You better believe it, Fiji. Oh, they would not, Cheryl. Look at Hee Haw. Look at what Hee Haw did. Dollywood. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I lost my train of thought. Hey, Dev. No, that's been long gone. No, I haven't had that in forever. Marguerite's doing about the same. I mean, I can try and get a hold of Maddie and Gerald, and they could get something to her probably. Oh, something's going on down there. I'm talking about with that engineer guy. Oh, did she real? Yeah, I mean, I felt a little different with her when I realized those boobs were fake, and it just seemed like, come on, Dolly. I mean, is this that much different than stripping? But it was a successful combination. I mean, here you're going to be this innocent pie bacon blonde country girl with these big giant fake tits that you lied about for 20 years. No, nobody can, Jable. Marguerite, she has one of those modern pacemakers too that reports the data through a cell phone signal to the hospital. And I would just love to be a fly on the wall when, she's doing her thing and looking at the looks on these doctors' faces. I mean, everybody else is coming in. It's like, well, you need to knock off salt, drink less caffeine, take your statin. Here's a blood pressure pill. Here she is damn near blowing her valves out 2 or 3 times a day. That pacemaker, man, they had to put her on the advertising brochure. You look at all the healthy people that are gone because of COVID. No, it's a miracle. I bet COVID got anywhere near Marguerite and it killed it. Killed it. Just died. It got on Marguerite and it just died. Yeah. Yeah. I would like to do an internet radio talk station. I was feeling better up until tonight. I haven't been feeling that good for quite a while. Yeah. You know how it is, Frederick. It's the same shit you go through. Let me give you an example. So, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but let me give you an example. So don't ever feel bad about this. So she's having a hard time paying rent. So it's like, I'll pay her rent. No problem. And she said, really? So, yeah. So I PayPal'd her the rent, right? And I called her. Somebody said, you ought to have Tassie come on because people really like to help her out, which, if people want me to have them on, I'll do it. But, you can only go to the well so many times. I mean, I don't really care about views and all that bullshit. So, I mean, to just have Tassie on for what? And the only reason I brought it up was uh, because people mentioned it. They like listening to her talk and wanted an update. So I give her a call. And when I give her a call, she's in Walmart and it's a shitty signal. She said, when I get out, I'll give you a call back. Never heard from her. And that was over a week ago. Yeah, you wouldn't think she was fascinating if she brought you into this world. But it's like everything in life. We have a different relationship with Marguerite than her children did, which were removed from the home by the state. I think Marguerite is a textbook example of someone that gives up along the way. Marguerite was a super pretty woman when she was young. Not that that means a damn thing. I read an article one time and it said there's no lonelier existence than a working girl or a drug addict. That's cool. We're late nighters, Jackie. Daisy's not up though. Daisy's smart. She's sleeping. Like Mary says, Daisy is always down for everything. It's true. Jackie, I told you I sent your thing. You should get it in a couple days. You know how to cut and paste a file, don't you? On an SD card. Oh, yeah, it's the bare minimum, Jordan. A lot of people do it. Thank you. It's hard to say, Robin. I don't know how you could be happy in that circumstance at that age. Oh, oh, sorry about that, Cheryl. Is she doing all right now? I hope. I mean, believe me, I would do what I could, but I mean, I look at it like putting bird in a bird feeder, bird food in a bird feeder, bird seed. It's like, yeah, I like birds. I want to help them. It's cold, so I go fill a bird feeder up. That's kind of how I look. I'm not doing anything monumental with anybody. You know, it's like nice to them, offer them a helping hand, and move on. Okay, Jackie, good. It's a pretty large file, Jackie. I think it's like 32 gigabytes or something. If you're just using it for art, you may, it's what it is. I think it's a 50-minute video, those sunflowers, remember, blowing in the breeze, which looks really cool. But if you're just using it for art, you may not want to copy all the files, take up all that space on your computer. Now, if you want to watch it as a movie, you might, but if you just want it for inspiration and ideas, you might want to just, because the first clip looks just like the last clip. Oh, great, Cheryl. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's good. Good. That's a nice story. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't think of a worse life. I tell people all the time, I think a terminal disease is better because then you have a D-Day. When you're a working girl and you've lost all hope and you've gotten hepatitis C and HIV and every other fucking thing under the sun, you've cut yourself off, you've stolen from everybody, you've got a criminal record, and you just give up. People that I think if I was probably in your daughter's situation, I probably couldn't have done what she did. No, I never did. No, he made a couple crappy comments about me to somebody, that Mark. Yeah, so I just said fuck him. Hey, Lavender. I don't want to collaborate with anybody. People, that's another thing I get. People want to like collaborate. Not happening. No way. I don't care if you're 20 years old, the best body in the world, or 85 and worth $10 billion. It's not happening. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, I never really heard them from myself, but they were from pretty good sources. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Frederick. I mean, I know better than to, if you did it, I'd be pissed. If she did it, it makes sense in a weird way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't. I mean, yeah, good luck to the guy. He's connected some way. I forget what he does. But I just, people accuse me of exploiting and stuff. I don't think I do that. And when they go down, like I'll give you an example. He made a video like these Appalachians and they were looking for watermelons and it just struck me as weird. It'd be like taking a bunch of Down syndrome people and doing a greased pig contest with humans. Just, there's something a little off there. No, I just don't care. I mean, I would never do anything like that. Yeah, it just kind of, I don't care what he does, but I hope I never meet him. I don't care what these other channels do. I mean, these pathetic losers, just type in Chosen One in Google or YouTube. Just look at all these wackos that make up this bullshit. They have no lives, so they just create drama and conflict. I'm so anti-drama, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not into that stuff at all. Yeah. I will get back at it pretty soon. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. Fill up my water. Hi, honey. Hi, sweetie. Sleeping like a log, honey. Good girl. Daisy's sleeping like a log. I got this colonoscopy thing out of the way. I got something wrong with one of my eyes, though. I'm going to get that looked at the 7th. I think it is too, Jabo. Yeah, I think it is too, an outdated view. There's a filmmaker I know up in Traverse City. This guy's a fucking idiot. I mean, his films are terrible. He can't spell, his grammar's bad. And about 4 years ago, he decides to go down to Kentucky. And he was at a lot of the places I was at, right? So I don't know what happened down there. This guy's famous for going places, coming back with nothing. And for a while he was trying to do not it starts with a P. You like record video as you're driving, but the cell phone signals were so shitty it never came out. Anyway, he claims to have interviewed like 30 people when he was there 2 weeks, and then ends up coming back with nothing and does a little 5-minute video on that. What he did is that the reason he went down there is because he wanted to dispel that people in Kentucky were on hee haw and made moonshine and were just a bunch of toothless tobacco chewing morons, and that once he interviewed the residents of Kentucky and found out they were really like what they were really like, he didn't want to exploit them, so he deleted all the interviews. And he spent about 3 days going around looking for somebody that made moonshine. And I thought, you dumbass. First of all, you can buy moonshine in the store down there now. Nobody's making it. I shouldn't say nobody's making it. There may be a hobbyist, but this guy had such an ignorant view of the current state of affairs in Kentucky. And I would have just loved to have been down there and listened to some of the questions that he asked these people, because he really thought he was going down there and just run into a bunch of people on hay wagon rides and making moonshine. I thought, my God, man, I feel sorry for you that you could be this age and be so out of touch with that perception of what you thought Kentucky was like. Oh, thank you, Lavender. Yeah. Yeah, it's just people are so ignorant. And even like the working girl thing cuts across, IQ. I mean, these people, it's just like the rest of society. They're not stupid. I tell people all the time they should take Becky and Tassie and hire them for Homeland Security. And they should sit down and interview these people that they think they're going to be potential terrorists or going to have a plan B for the United States. Because, for a big majority of their life, they had about 5 seconds to ascertain, is this a guy just wanting a blowjob or somebody getting ready to lop my head off? And they obviously were successful at it. And that's a hard skill to garner. But you're not bullshitting either one of them about anything. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Frederick. Yeah, it's a super hard life to live. Yeah, I mean, she's not a French finishing school graduate, Frederick. That's exactly it. And really, if you think of what's going on now, her mom died, you got this kook of her boyfriend, you're getting jacked around in your hours. I mean, we're in a much better position than we are, and it's stressful enough. Looking for a place to live. What are you going to do next week? So, like I said all along, with money and with everything else, I give her a free pass. Yeah, read people fast. There's something a little off with Becky, too, and I'm not quite sure what that is. See, what eventually happens is, Becky's slick, right? She's sharp. And I think she senses that this whole house of cards is about ready to collapse. Because here she was going to start a channel, which I am supportive of. And, takes 3 weeks to come up with an email. It, should take about 3 minutes. Then she came up with a channel named Becky's Bat. That took another month. So now we're into like 7 weeks with no channel. And I think what happens is with a lot of people in Becky's position, they end up getting a lot of anxiety because they're smart and they think you're smart. And they know that this has been nothing but a bunch of spinning wheels. And that every time they contact me and nothing new's coming up, they know that there's a chance that this whole charade about a channel isn't going to get any support. I think they want to do it, but the drugs control their mind. And it's just one of those fine details. It's the same reason I don't get up and do 100 sit-ups every morning. Before you know it, 3 months slip by and you haven't done anything. Yeah, that's Lacey. Yep. Yeah, Lacey's actually pretty intelligent. Lacey goes for big, obese black guys. That's generally her male of choice to have relationships with. Yeah, but they don't want to get into treatment. I mean, that's another thing. People just don't get it. I mean, people think that because people are doing that they want to get into treatment. They don't. You have to accept this. I mean, you couldn't have a better textbook example than Maddie. The people that don't know anything about it and there's plenty of people that never have any dreams about going to treatment, are never going to do it unless it's going to lead to some money temporarily from some support they get. But not everybody wants to go to treatment. And Becky kind of expressed that she was tired of that lifestyle. But, people need to understand that plenty of people are never going to escape that life. They're going to die down there. And the main reason is because they didn't have any interest at all in treatment. You think that way because you can't figure out how they live that way. But if you were like them, first of all, you probably wouldn't have got there to begin with. And secondly, you'd probably think the way that they do after being entrenched in that environment for so long. So, like I tell people, I'm going to support you whether you're doing it or whether you're not. And I hope it leads to greener paths. But if you're running down there and, you got this ironclad fist and, I'm going to give you 3 more weeks to rehab or we're done, that's not the kind of help they need. Yeah, I like Michelle. Michelle's a sweet girl. I mean, I think the pinch is on with her a little bit now. She isn't working and looking for a source of income. And like I tell people, I mean, this is a perfect example. If you look at Michelle and you look at me and you put it both on a table and you say, well, who do you think's channel's going to make it? You would think Michelle's would. She's a good-looking young girl. You know how it is. Guys like to rub elbows with pretty girls, whether it's through the internet or at the local gas station or whatever. I'm not like that. I probably used to be, but not as an older guy. But here, when it's all said and done, that isn't quite the ticket that you'd think it would be. And I think, she's enjoying it, but it's, and here's the major issue with YouTube. You've got to get lucky. See, I'm on their shit list now because now they don't want guys like me interviewing prostitutes and talking about drugs. That's over. So for the very same videos that went viral that they supported, that would get me a strike now probably after a while. So I'm on the shit list, which is why my subscribers have been stuck at 185,000 forever, which I don't really care about, but it's an indication YouTube can make you or break you. And believe me, they have all the data there now they need to determine what makes money and what doesn't. And if they coin you as a possibility, see, now my genre of interviews, they don't want. So I got an idea. I'm not going to be recommended like I used to be, which is okay. What are you going to do? That was never the plan. But the notion to do DoorDash and expect to build a channel, even if you're cute, I think that's pretty high, unrealistic expectations. No, that's a big problem, Jackie. Yeah, what do they have to look for as being clean? That's one thing that I've struggled with, and I just shut my mouth about it because, is okay, let's take just a make-believe scenario. You're down there, I come down there, Mr. Wonderful, I get my hot chocolate, a mini Bible. It's like, I'm Tom Reed, you need some rent money. And they buy into it, and they say, yeah. And 6 months later, they're off drugs. They get a job at Burger King. And a year later, they're working like a fucking slave. They're making less than what their monthly rent is, because rent everywhere, even in a dump's about $700 a month now. They can't afford a car. Finances are always a big issue. So, you can run around waving your flag that, hey, you know what, I'm off drugs now. But it's also kind of forced my hand to have this faux responsibility that isn't that much fun. I'm working a low-end job. I have a criminal record. Chances of advancement are slim. I don't have any time for myself. Now, is that better than where they came from? You could say, well, of course it is. They're off drugs. They feel better about themselves. No, they don't. They're working slaves. Now, you're going to find one once in a while that is going to get some grants and loans and endowments from places and going to get a degree in nursing. And there are those examples, but I'm talking about large numbers, what happens mostly when people get out of that environment. I mean, there's an argument for just kind of being in a haze with no future as opposed to the daily struggles of being clean. You're right, Jackie. That's what I think. I think it's not that big of a carrot. Now, if you waved to one and they were living in a $500,000 house with a new car and taking nice vacations and had a nanny and a husband they love, now we're talking. But that's not reality. Yeah, she needs a niche. Worker bees, yeah, for sure. I mean, the whole world, and this new economy now isn't doing anybody any favors either. They're claiming, yeah, nobody can get anybody work. Fuck, no, they can't. You wouldn't get me to work either. You're going to go in for $15 an hour on a hard tile floor at McDonald's and work 40 hours a week? You know what I mean? When you're making $600, $2,400 a month, your rent's $1,000, you got taxes. Is what it is. That's the truth. Yeah, I mean, I realize that there are just, when you consider that she was out there as a working girl at 15 years old, you talk about PTSD. And just the notion that she's still alive, like I said, garnered a free pass with me. Yeah, it's all you can do, you know what I mean? I don't think I should get an award for it or anything. Yeah, with an education, but that's not easy. It's the same bullshit nonsense they pull with Native Americans. Yeah, we give you this DNA test and you're 36% Cherokee Indian. Yeah, great. You get to go to wherever you want to go, free tuition. Yeah. Problem is you can't read very well. Your study habits suck. You've never been in a structured environment. Yeah, so it's kind of a program like that. All your relatives are fucking drinkers that lived on a reservation. You have no support. It's not easy. Yeah, air traffic control. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she reminds me as like Donna Reed, Bewitched. I mean, she's a nice person, Michelle. Yeah, I think they are, though. I think they are. Nobody brags about working at a bottom end job at fast food. It's hard ass work. Back in the old days, you could get a job at like a power company or the big three or a giant place, you know, upward mobility. I mean, there are some people that are going to do it, and that's enough of an impetus to keep them on the right track. Good for them. Yeah, rents are crazy. It is. It is, Itmo. Yeah, I mean, I think if she found the right thing to do, the right niche, she could make it. But it's just not easy. I'll give an example. I'm not bragging, but the YouTube money, I never planned on getting any money. That's why I don't get that jacked out of shape about it. It's nice if I get it. But here's an example. I've got over 13,000 videos up. A lot of them are squirrels falling off a wire and, the things that I really like. I do stick to what I like to do. Believe me, I know where the money's at and I don't chase it at all. If you don't think that I know that I could have made a shit ton more money going down to Detroit over the last year, I know that. But I'm not doing that. But I'll give you an example. So it was good for a while. There was one month I got $24,000 from YouTube a couple years ago, and then it was about 14 for quite a while. Then it kept dwindling down, and you get paid on the 21st on YouTube. And December 30, December 21st, I got $2,653. So, I mean, that's better than nothing, right? Because I'd be doing it anyway. I know there's no money in these drill and ice videos and, Lake Michigan and all this kind of stuff, but I really do what I enjoy. And I really wasn't interested like in viral videos and all that bullshit. And it just got to where I was getting too much attention that I didn't really want. And I just thought, I'm going to quit doing this for a while. Oh, thank you, Cindy. You've been drinking again. But that's the culture. I mean, I was that way in my life. Wanting expensive stuff. No, it's true, Jackie. We look at, and it's even worse now than it used to be, because even if dabbled in it years ago, now you come out of there, the $100,000 debt is nothing. Working at Starbucks. I mean, Starbucks is one of the few companies in Amazon that just are shitting money. You're making a goddamn cup of coffee for 11 cents and charging some Generation X $9 for it. Of course they can afford benefits and stuff like that. But if you're the old Joe Blow ma and pop store, which is basically tits up everywhere across the country, you can't afford to do that. Now, you would consider a job with benefits and $15 an hour a good job? Yeah, I would when I was like 18, but not when I'm 55. Oh, that a girl, Cindy. Good for you. Oh, I believe it, Jackie. Yep, I believe that. Oh, thank you, sweet pea. Yeah, I mean, I just these stories are like, I try and I think, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I kind of default to like, I think it's just mental illness. I don't want anything for anybody. I'm not trying to get in your pants. I don't need you to give me a job. I'm not running for office, so I can afford to call it like I see it. And it's just like being in a damn mental hospital. That would have been a big deal at 21. No, I don't give a fuck. Actually, it was a good experience because I'm at the end of the road, so I can afford to like not call people back, not get together with people, and just call it how I see it. Now, it's always subjective and it's always biased because it's my opinion, but I'm not, trying to win a popularity contest. No, I know why they can't get delivered anyone pizza. You wear your car out, gas is $3.25 a gallon, nobody's tipping for shit, and you're making $15 an hour. If you were walking and you didn't even have any expense with your car, you wouldn't be making any money. That's why, and everybody says, no, nobody can get anybody work. Nobody can get, yeah, fuck yeah, I'd be one of them. I'd rather sit home and collect stimulus money and play video games and search YouTube or go work like a fucking slave for $15 an hour. I'd be one of those guys sitting home too. The whole thing is rested on what it used to be, which is gone. Upward mobility. Upward mobility. I think she did that accidentally. She's okay. She's okay, Lana. Well, I don't know, Flip. Now, Flip, you can probably speak to this, but any CPA that I've ever talked to, any CPA I've ever talked to, told me there's no money when you crunch the numbers, car wear and tear, all that. There's no money in Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, or any of those other goddamn jobs. You think there is. All of a sudden, you get a check for 300. Hey, everybody, I made $300 today. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you also wore out your car, used a shit ton of gas, and tomorrow you're going to be lucky to make 40. Oh, I thought that's what happened, Lane. That's all right. Oh, Tokyo. Yeah, Mackie. I mean, she hit her button accidentally. So I mean, I don't know. Like any money I have, it was from a 10-year period, and I got lucky because I'm not exactly the best saver in the world. I just got lucky. It was from 81 to 92, and I haven't made money anywhere near that since. If I tried to do that now, all these places that I know had businesses like me, they're barely making it. Everybody's wanting deals, flat rate fees, liability insurance is through the roof, gas is a lot. Oh, that's okay, Lana. That's all right. Yeah, it's kind of true, Wake Up. I think it is too. I think that's why maybe people want to get lost in like the Kardashians and drama and nothing else makes sense to me. It's just an escape. I drink. I don't think I drink excessively. And I can quit it. No problem. I could take it or leave it actually, but honestly, I'd rather take it. Why? Because of the way it makes you feel. Sit at a bar sometime and watch how many people get non-alcoholic beer. I'll tell you the ones that are on the wagons that just don't want to be there sipping water. It tastes like shit. Let's face it, people drink alcohol for the feeling it gives you. And I've noticed over the years, if I'm drinking a Dragon's Milk or a... Boy, did I just hear somebody's voice? I thought somebody just said my name. No, I don't think I do, and I could take it or leave it, but I do notice when I'm messing around on YouTube or something, I'd rather be drinking, having a couple beers. It enhances it. Hang on one second. I thought I heard somebody say, "Hey, Tom." Hey, speaking of that, you remember it was last week, if you guys were on, somebody knocked on my door and then rang the doorbell. And I saw them talk to a neighbor when they left. Well, I ran into the neighbor a couple weeks later and I said, "Hey, that guy come over to my house." Like, "Yeah." You know who it was? It was that guy from Walmart. No, I never had a girl except that kook from Indiana. No, you know what happened to that guy? I knew that guy from Walmart. I go in there and I played a couple of his buddies basketball. And I saw him walking. You know this, Jackie. Or Jabo. Saw him walking one. He came over later, asked if he could sleep in my van. It's like, you don't need to sleep in a van. Anyway, long story short, went down to a local hotel and bought him a month at the hotel. It was cheap, $700. You know, they didn't do room cleaning or anything, but that was the least of his problems. Didn't have any linen, so the lady gave it to him. So I had to get some mattresses I was giving away to some people. And I tried calling him, like after a while, I never heard from him. Never called me back. Finally, I get a call from the hotel and they say, "Hey, we just wanted to let you know that we're not giving you your $300 deposit back." It's like, why not? It's because he stayed 6 days longer and he stole all the linens. I said, I don't give a fuck if he stayed 6 days longer and stole all the linens or not. That deposit was for damage to the room. Is there any or not? She said, no. I said, then you just give me back my goddamn $300 or I promise you. First of all, I'm going to call the sheriff. I think you embezzled it. And if that doesn't work, I guarantee I will sue you by noon tomorrow. It pissed me the fuck off. So she said, well, I'll talk to the owner. I said, well, you better talk to the owner and I better hear about you by the end of the day. Now I'm pissed, right? Because if you don't put that back in my account, and this is the reason, and I've got your phone call recorded as well, I'll have your ass. So they called back and said, hey, we'll give you your $300 back. It's like, good, man. Don't act like you should, you're going to light a damn birthday cake for me. You should have never kept it to begin with. But here I get this guy a month, stays 6 days later, argues with him. They counted the days wrong and steals all the linens. Well, I hadn't seen him since then. Now, I know a guy that runs a restaurant down here, and he was telling me that he was working there. And I called him one time, and I was going to say, hey, this guy you better keep your eye out. He said he only worked here one day. So he was lying about that. So what he was doing here a couple of weeks ago, I don't know, but I don't want anything to do with the guy. I was a good guy to him. He didn't even do the bare minimum. Hey, Andrew. Oh, social media, I hate it. Oh, I believe it, Flip, yep. Oh, I believe that, yep. That's another thing that's a big damn scam now, too. What they're getting for used vehicles. You know these Astro vans? I found some in like really good shape, low mileage. They're only $1,500 less with like 200,000 miles on them than what I paid for them brand new in 2003, 2004. So you got crazy vehicle prices, crazy gas prices, crazy rent prices, slave jobs, and they're wondering why they can't get people to work. I don't wonder that at all. Oh, he isn't going to do shit. He knows better than that. I guarantee it. No, that he better never even hint about anything like that. Nuh-uh, that doesn't worry me at all. Not one little bit. Yeah, that's how things are. I mean, you got to be thick-skinned. Yeah, they're buying their jobs. That's so true. Yep. Like I say, it's about anything, whether it's a relationship, your YouTube money, a job, when you go on vacation, you have expectations. Now, you can argue that either way. Of course, I have expectations. I'm going on vacation. I'm expecting to have a good time. And if I didn't think that was going to happen, I wouldn't be going on vacation. Yeah, I get that. But with people, you would expect the bottom. Once again, just like the lady said earlier, that, she wants to go to treatment. People don't think like you and I do, which is why they're in that position. I mean, this is something that I've thought of. Who in the hell out there doesn't know what going on drugs and being a prostitute is going to get you? Is there anybody out there? I could go and interview sixth graders and run it by them, and they'd say, oh, it's bad, you die, you catch diseases. This isn't any big mystery, any big secret. So right out of the chute, you've got an adult, for whatever reasons, could be PTSD, could be family, could just be wanting to try it, that's making these decisions when all the writing's on the wall. Then you fast forward 5 or 10 years, and your expectations lead you to, God, they really need to go to treatment. Well, you're not dealing with the best group of people to begin with, just by virtue of them getting there from the start. I tell people all the time, the way you think is going to have everything to do with how your life turns out. And here they are. Yeah. So true. Yep, here they are. It's just, even like truck driver. You know what I have thought about doing? I've thought about this before, but all these people are working for free now too. I like to drive. I thought about doing like checking out have like an expediting company where you drive a van where you could just get on call and stuff like that. But I would like to, I don't want to be like beholden to like, if I say a guy needs like 20 alternators. So I go down to Ford and wherever, pick up 20 alternators, and I drive them to Kansas City. I'm going to want to fuck off in Kansas City for a few days. I mean, I don't want to be a direct employee. I'll just take my name off the board, go photograph, maybe interview some people. I don't want it like as legit making money. I don't have anything else to do but drive around like a slave. Does anybody know anybody out there that does that? The guys that I quiz and ask, and you really listen to what they say, I don't think any of them are making any money either. 64, wow. Let me see what temperature it is here. It's warmed up quite a bit. Today we're going to be 38. Oh, my light, it's 19. Yeah. Yeah, people buy their jobs. So, I had 4 blankets on earlier, plus a long john top, sweat bottom, and that was cold. Yeah, I don't want to be driving any semi around. I want to drive like a van, like Expediter. I'll tell you, I've looked at this too. You know, I'm getting to know quite a few of those Native Americans, and they're all getting conned out of the money for that whitefish. I'm wondering if I could make fresh whitefish runs. Just go up there, load up with 1,000 pounds of whitefish, and drop them off to restaurants. I'd like doing something like that. About the same, Ipmo. About the same. Oh, chat. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't see that. Yeah. Yeah, I'd drive. I'd do pool tables. Yeah, I would do that. Definitely would do that. Sure would. Yep. Yeah, I'd be up for that. Now I know one guy around here that delivers wood for Amish. He goes all over the country. Yeah, pool tables. Yeah, truckers though are like waitresses. They never get enough of them to band together. It's worse now than it's ever been. They got the farmers by the balls too. You got everybody barely making it. You can't afford. What are you going to do at 55 years old? You know, you're not making any money. You don't have any books to show any potential farmer. Who's going to buy something that's lost money for the last 15 years? The only way you're hanging in there is through grants and subsidies and price fixings and zero interest loans. That's the same way they got the truckers. You're not going anywhere. This capitalism is in trouble, I think. It's not fitting the traditional definition that it used to. Yeah, the truckers never band together. They're just very weak collectively. Yeah. Yeah, retiring. Retiring sucks too. I don't want to do any PI work, I can tell you that. That's another thing. I don't even tell people most of the time. They want to know what I did for my living. I tell them just odds and ends. Because when I say PI, they're going to have 1,000 questions. Yep. I think it's cool how we can get on here late at night and do this. Just talk, look around. Weird. Is this thing still working? Yeah. Join the rest of us. Don't feel alone, Flipped. Hey, Peaches. Maybe find the Lord. I run into these kind of people up here from time to time. They got born again and they don't have a pot to piss in and they're happy they're alive. And I think, you lucky son of a bitch. You keep talking and you'll see me there Sunday too. Yeah, it's third world wake up. Yeah, I like the idea of driving thing. I'd like to be a tour guide too. Tour guide. I could take you to every massage parlor and dirty movie theater in the country. Yeah, for sure. We're going to be jumping the fence into Mexico in another 25 years. At least it's warm down there. Then I could just do like shock value. I could just go around to churches and just show up on a Sunday, and you could sell it any way you wanted to. Like, this is the devil in the flesh. We figure our congregation needs to be enlightened on unbiased third parties, and I just come in there and just start talking about Pornhub and shit. Argue with them about the Bible. I do a couple Pee Wee Herman impressions and then switch it into a rant about homosexuality. Then start screaming at them all because they didn't let these people marry in their church. And then I'd finish it off with birth control. And if there'd have been birth control, I wouldn't have been there to begin with because my sister was a shotgun wedding, 2 stillborns, and then me. And I'd have T-shirts, quit lying. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, 10%. Tithing. Let me tell you, it's a nightmare to go into Canada now. You know, when I was up in Sault Ste. Marie, I was up there the 14th of January, right before, it was the day before they were going to close the locks. And, you know, Sault Ste. Marie, Canada is very nice. I don't know if you've been there or not, but it's like apples and oranges compared to Sault Ste. Marie, United States. I mean, Sault Ste. Marie, United States is kind of dumpy. Looks like Delray, to tell you the truth. You know, kind of looks like a place that's halfway out of business. But you go over to Canada, that's 105,000 people. Nice everything, clean, really a nice place. And I was talking to the waitress, and I said, hey, what's the reality? You know, they were saying you needed a COVID shot, you needed proof. And I thought, oh, that's no big deal. You got to get it, 3 days. And I said, hey, what's the deal going over to Canada? She said, yeah, I got a friend of mine said it's a nightmare. It's about $170 because they don't accept the quick test. You got to get some other test. You got to schedule in advance. You've got to schedule a time and date you're going to be crossing the bridge. When it's all said and done, it's about 4 hours and $170. And she said it's just so much bullshit that nobody's doing it. Yeah, it's true, Wake Up. It's true. Yeah. That's true, Fiji. Yeah, there you go. Then if it got slow, I'd just start making balloon animals, blowing up balloons and twisting them around. I'd make them all look like sexual objects. Yeah. Yeah, these churches are in trouble. Jackie, how come you're up so late? You still feeling crappy? Yeah, but hell is philosophical. Do you really think it's fire and brimstone and pitchforks and devils? I mean, have you really bought into this? Yeah, I agree. Don't like that. Yep. How much do you get to haul a pool table 2,000 miles? $75? How about this? We do this, don't like that. I get the truck. We get a couple pool tables in there. And I just get in one of my downer depression modes and I drive out to the Grand Canyon and I GoPro just backing the truck up to the ledge of the Grand Canyon and dumping the pool tables you thought that I was going to deliver off the edge. Yeah. And then we got a camera on the other end to get your reaction. And then I call you and you're just irate and I ask you, when can I pick up another two? Yeah, he's a woman. Oh, went to bed too early? Yeah. Yeah, my day is going to be fucked up. When this happens, it's not good. Yeah, Jabel's a woman. More than a woman. Oh, you did? You know you're in trouble when your depression's depressed. Yeah, Wide Awake. Wasn't that a movie? I'll tell you a mystery I got going. And I wasn't feeling good, and I gave half that sub to Daisy. And you can hear it's quiet around here. You can hear a pin drop, and I heard her squirt out about 4 ounces of shit. You can't mix that up with any other sound. Kind of like a ketchup bottle sound. And I couldn't find it. I'm sure I'll find it tomorrow. Be honest with you, I didn't quite look as hard as I should have either. I didn't feel like fucking with it. Yeah. It sounded just like that. I was laying in bed, freezing my ass off. 5 blankets, long underwear, and I heard. And I thought, fuck it. I'll look for it tomorrow. It could have been. And Daisy also didn't take off after she did it. She wasn't under the bed. She wasn't lost. So I'm tending to think, maybe I'm going crazy. I think I heard her squirting about 4 ounces of poop. And then I thought somebody called my name about 25 minutes ago. Losing it. Oh, Interneil of Chowdhury. No, he's not in the chat. I haven't seen him. Oh, hey, wake up. No, Interneil. I don't know where he's been. He should be on here tonight. Might have been doing something today. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. Easy? More than a woman to you, huh? More than a woman. More than a woman to me. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. More than a woman. I gotta straighten these covers up. So I don't need them all now. More than a woman to me. More than a woman. Gotta get my cover straightened around here. I can't sleep. I don't need all these big covers now. More than a woman to me, Daisy. La 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 la. La 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 la. Loo da 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 do 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 da 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 da. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. My house is such my house is such a mess. Be embarrassed to bring anybody over here. Yeah. I got shit laying all over. I've never been this disorganized. I used to never be this way. Yeah. That's one advantage of not socializing. Yeah. I'll tell you what I've been reading about. Not a lot, but I'm gonna. Is this damn microdosing. I mean, I never even smoked marijuana. Really don't drink much. But boy, that sure seems to have some pretty good benefits. It said it makes you forget about the past. Yeah, and I'm thinking, wonder if that'll everything or just the bad shit. I mean, how could there be something like that? You just forget everything. Negative. Just doesn't make sense. I like that song. I like the Bee Gees. I remember when that came out. I was going through a breakup with a girlfriend. I would cry like a little bitch. So sad over it. Yeah, Jackie, I think there's something to it. There's a lot of good. Read about it on the internet. It's not like you get addicted to this shit. It helps things. It says it makes you put things behind you. Yeah, that's how I used to be. Neat freak. Yeah, join the rest of us, Harley. This is the Insomniacs Theater. Yeah, I never smoked marijuana, never messed with it. But this microdosing sounds good. Sounds good. I just turn up some Pink Floyd, fucking get a tie-dye shirt. I'm worried about it's gonna erase all my good jacking off memories. I'll file a goddamn lawsuit. It's like, yeah, I don't think about, my childhood, my breakups, but I also am not jacking off anymore, thinking of my old great sexual trysts. So you said it got rid of all the negative thoughts, and those were great thoughts, and I can't remember one of them, and I'm too old to start all over. Yeah, I'm too old, I'm too tainted. I haven't had sex in so long, it's ridiculous, which I'm fine with. Yeah, nah, I'm too old, man. Nothing good out there. It's too much bullshit. I mean, anybody that doesn't understand why guys pay for sex, I mean, even rich guys do it. I told you when I was living in Chicago, I knew a lot of those male models because of a guy I was friends with. They were always getting escorts and shit. And anywhere you go, the girls were giving them their numbers. It was just too much bullshit. Unless you just got a psycho YouTube internet stalking lunatic. They didn't want to spend that time. You know? But that's another thing I'd bring up in my church declaration. Oh, good luck, Moonchild. Good luck, Moonchild. You party on. Don't overdo it. Don't dehydrate yourself. Hey, Sassy, we're trying to navigate the perils of life. Women think so much different than men. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's that noticeable. Oh, good for you. Moonchild. Who sang that song? Moonchild. Moonchild. Yeah, you like that name, Jay? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, but that's recoverable sometimes, Cindy. Has he been written off on that? Are those days over? No, it wasn't Moonchild. It was a girl. It was a girl that sang it. It wasn't Tracy Lattimore, was it? Oh, it's over? Yeah. Well, it takes the pressure off the relationship. It's over by Loverboy. Oh, good for you, Jackie. You're feeling better then. That's my girl. I think I'm going to hit this last Ardbeg 10 shot. I'll tell you, they can say everything they want about technology, but not these late night impromptu YouTube chats, man. They're worth a lot. They're worth a lot. I like that, Cheryl. I like the way you think. Isn't it funny how the best looking one, the best looking one, he really wasn't the best looking one, probably Andy. The two other ones that died, I mean, they look half fucking dead when they were 20. They were basically just hung around with, Enrico Suave, Baywatch, Barry, and just hung around and hummed. They didn't do shit. That's what they all say. You say you guys ask me, it's like, wouldn't I think of Dayton? It's like, no, you know why? Because I know that it's like over, like in a traditional sense. It's old guy dating now. I'll be honest with you. If this really happened, I would be really excited about it. So somebody gets a hold of me through YouTube. We'll use it as an example. It's like, hi, Tom, I'm watching your channel. I bang myself to sleep every night with a big double-edged dildo. And I think you're a really good guy. I love Daisy. And I was wondering if you minded if me and my twin sister came up this weekend and blew you all day and all night long for Saturday and Sunday. if it doesn't offend you in any way, we'd like to bring a case of dragon's milk. And I'd say, you got to be kidding me. She said, no, I'm serious. We're older women. We've got that all behind us. We're not going to have any guilt conscience. You talk about it a lot, and we just like to make it a reality because you dug those 2 8-inch holes in the ice, and we really enjoyed those videos of that camera underwater looking at logs and sand in a fishless, desolate wasteland of nothing. And in a weird way, it turned us on. So right away, I would think, bullshit, gonna get my head chopped off. You know, are they taping this? It's like, well, could you, I hate to be so forward, but since we're putting everything out on the table, you already know what I look like. Not the greatest. And do you think you could send a couple photos? Like, yeah. It's like, as a matter of fact, why don't you just get on your phone and so I can see it? And the sister would come on. It's like, hey, yeah, now we're fucking talking. Shit, yeah, man. Count me in. You kidding me? Does that answer your questions that under any circumstances I wouldn't be interested in dating? Oh, fuck, yeah. Right on. When I say I'm not interested in dating, it's, you know, just some prude that wants to go to a fucking craft show or come over for dinner. If I have one more of these old bags invite me over for dinner and meatloaf and I got to spend 2 hours there listening to this shit, I'm going to be on Unsolved Mysteries. I can't take it anymore. Thank you, J-Bo. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Fuck yeah. Yeah, so people will say, oh, you silly boy. You're crazy. Wake up. Yeah, this is my point. Yeah, this is my point. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I just don't find anything exciting. I did talk to my wife tonight for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Actually, I'd say we're good friends. I should have kept it that way. I knew I didn't want to marry her, but I did it anyway. Once in a while, I'll jerk her change. You would really like her if you met her. And it was, I told her that 43 years I will have been messing around with her. I haven't seen her since 2007. That's a long time. There's some weird bond that takes place, even if I haven't banged her in 23 years. Yeah, I probably do overthink it all, but that's normal, man. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just go with one rogue thought and hang your hat on it? I mean, I think this is normal contemplating things. Yeah, good friends. Same old shit. She's down there. She still works full time and runs that fucking bed and breakfast. I told her to sell the goddamn thing. I could force her hand on that if I wanted to. I don't want to sound like some big control freak, but I don't give a fuck. Look up instead of down. Yeah, there you go. I'll say to her sometime when we're talking, like they just went through, I had to sign all these papers. They buried all the wires underground there. And she's been living with some guy, I think 10 years or something like that. And during the conversation, sometimes I'll say, I had to come down there and give you a good drilling tomorrow. And she'll say, well, how's the weather up there? I said, did you hear what I said? She said, it's hot here. Hey, Tammy. Oh, yeah, no, she's an expert at it. No, no kids, nope. Honestly, I don't even know if that fucker's still living there anymore. Yeah, good luck, Cheryl. Good luck. So, I had those two, like, suicidal deals. She's the one that got me and ran off the road the last time. So, you say that I overthink things too much. I mean, what is that, right? That I spend 10 seconds longer than I should. So I decide I'm going to do this stuff, and I end up finding a place, and I'm going out. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, freezing my ass off. And you know what I did? I went on the internet and started reading the reviews of this place down in Florida. And they're referring to them as her husband. Here I'm about ready to put a bullet between my eyes. And I start reading this fucking shit. And the more, I'm freezing out in the woods. And I'm thinking to myself, what a great guy he is. He worked so hard to have this. And I'm getting more pissed off and pissed off. So I end up calling her up like at 2 o'clock. It's like, I'm reading this goddamn bullshit. And, it's a crock of fucking shit. That fucker doesn't have 2 dimes to rub together. And he's lucky. He even gets to stay there at night and doesn't have to pay for it. So we start arguing. And I basically tell her that, well, you're not going to need to worry about it tomorrow. And that's when the whole thing came unglued. Yeah, but Sassy, I still think it's still basically, to make it really stick, it's hormone based. It's sex based. You're attracted to people, and when that's not there, you might as well just uh, hug a beanie baby. I uploaded that video. It's on my YouTube channel if you never saw it. When they run me off the road and make me get down on gunpoint. Did you ever watch that? '66. Light my fire. Yeah, she can't afford my half of that place. And up until last year, I used to get my insurance through her work. She couldn't afford to buy me out. She'll never get a mortgage. I'd like to, if it was, this is how I would like, if I knew somebody that was into science, photography, uh, liked animals. I don't want to compete with some, I like the old days. You'll say, well, you're a control freak. Well, maybe I am, but not like control to where their life's miserable. I don't know. I guess I like the dominant role, not in a negative way. I mean, my idea would be to just like meet somebody someplace, like where I go up and, uh, along Leelanau, go out and get a nice dinner, take a walk, and then get lost. Yeah, that part doesn't bother me though, Jabo, to tell you the truth. If you notice, I don't laugh so much anymore when there's jokes about the gardener fucking the homeowner. Good for you, man. Way to go. Way to go, don't like that. Yeah, I talked to a lot of people married to these older guys. Well, what's going on with that? How'd that happen? You gotta be dying out right when you hit your prime. You'll be buying Viagra by the goddamn bucketfuls. No, that's good. That's considerate of you. Yeah, you took the high road, Sassy. That's it. You took the high road. You sure did. I don't really dwell on it too much. Yeah, but he's gonna, Arlie. $36. Cheryl, when's the last time you had a date? Oh, for what? Your channel? Oh, your channel, Sassy? How many do you have? How many do you have now? Happy birthday. Oh, good, Sassy. What is it, Sassy? How many do you need? How many do you need? Oh, sorry about that, Flipped. I need 50. Here, I'll let you post a link, and maybe these people will sign up to you right here. Hey, could you guys join to Sassy? Post a link to your channel, Sassy. Post a link there, will you? You know how to put a link on there, Sassy? Can you do that? We'll join it. Post a link, Sassy. Hey, Jackie, could you post Sassy's link to her channel? She doesn't know how to do it. Jabo, could you do that? Post a link to Sassy's thing. You guys do that? Yeah, we'll describe. Oh, just click her name? Oh, yeah, just click her name. Take you there. Oh, cool. Oh, that's good. Oh, there you go. Here, I'm gonna do it too. I'll subscribe right now. I don't know if I can do that on mine. I just subbed. I just subbed, Sassy. No, I just subbed to it. I'll give you a few. Right on, Frederick. There you got some now. 1,950. Oh, good. You got some now, Sassy. Yeah, they scroll back. They put a link. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Well, you can tell it's a lot warmer out. I got the window open because Daisy gets hot and it's not even cold. Yeah, good luck, Sass. Don't like that subscribed. He's probably whacking off to your thumbnail right now. Yeah, happy birthday. Right, Jackie? You don't need to worry about that anymore. Hey, Chris. He's eating some Hollow People corn poppers. Sassy, what type videos do you have uploaded? Hey, don't like that. How do you get those pool tables delivered? And what kind of truck and stuff? How do you get that done? Oh, good for you, Jable. Way to go. Yeah, you're lucky, Cheryl. Cheryl, do you work at all? Oh, okay, good. Good for you. Well, good luck to you. Yeah, here too. It's going to be 38 here today. Yeah, I wish I'd get that kind of snow. That'd be great. Go ahead. Oh, okay. I mean, what what has happened with the people that did it before? What kind of truck do you have to drive? I'd deliver anything. I wouldn't care what it was. Okay, good luck, Lee. Good luck with you with that. Congratulations. Wow. You're lucky, Tammy. Did you see those Tawas underwater video I did? Yeah, do that. It's a good idea. Yep. Did you get a GoPro yet, Tammy? Oh, okay. Okay, Drew. That's cool. You kind of look like one of those Judds, the mom Judd when she was younger. It's cool down there, isn't it, Tammy? I got the world's biggest. My camera broke today. I got to send it in. Yeah, get it. Before you get it, I'll tell you how to do it, where to get it, the best, and everything. Oh, did they, Jago? Oh, excuse me. Actually, getting a little tired. Good for you, Jackie. Oh, okay. Now, would I need to get my own box truck, or somebody has one that I could drive it? Yeah, no, I believe that, Cheryl. Yep. Oh, okay, Sassy. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed in about 15 minutes. I can hear Daisy sleeping out in the hallway. Ugh, you want me to send you a French tickler, Cindy? Okay, thanks. I'm more interested in traveling around than I am making money. Good night, Lisa. Have a good day tomorrow. Oh, okay. I had a girl. Good. Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed, you guys. It's a great late night impromptu chat. Oh, I think you don't like that. So I hope you guys have a good day today. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it's fun, Sassy. Yep. So Cheryl, you have a good day. Lisa, Sassy, Jabo, Cindy, Cheryl. Don't like that. Have a good day, Tammy. I could get you. Don't do it until you talk to me, Tammy. No, I know where all the good deals are. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to sleep, Mackie. You have a good rest of your evening and a good day tomorrow. Yeah, thanks a lot, Cindy. Yep, take it easy, guys. Yeah, she's out in the hallway snoring. It's too hot in here for her. All right, take care, you guys. Nothing wrong with that, Sassy. Yeah, good for you. Don't like that. You deserve them. Bye, you guys.